तिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ते सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 13, verse number 11. Description of teachings of Jad Bharat, King Rahuguna, and he is explaining in an allegorical story form about a businessman or a street hawker who is going through the forest, not all he experiences. So this he compares to the material life. So in the previous verse he explained how person suffers in different ways. Goes to a river which has no water, or his wealth is stolen away. Sometimes he feels some little happiness in getting some honey. And sometimes he is bitten by snake, swallowed by python. So in this way he begs money, then he cannot get it, he tries to enjoy. He is unsuccessful, or if he is successful, some powerful person comes and snatches it out. So now he says, Kvachit sita prabhat varsha pratikriyam kartumanishayaste kvachin mitho vipanan Yatsa kinche vidvesam ichat vitta shatyat. So sometimes he feels cold, sometimes too hot, sometimes heavy rain, and he cannot find any solution for these things. So although when it is cold we try to find a solution, or when it is cold try to cool our rooms, but sometimes things go beyond our control. And a heavy snowstorm or dust storm. So then he says, Kartu Manisha Pratikriyam. He is unable to help and thus continues to suffer. And Kvachin Mitho Vipanan Yacha Kinchit Dvesham Richati Upavitta Shatyat. Sometimes he engages in some business with people, selling, buying, which he is doing. And that also ends up in some hatred because of the cheating for money. So people try to make money from others, but it also leads to problem. And then there is vidvesh or hatred. So mitho vipanan vipanayan kraya vikrayadina vyavaharan vitta shathyat dhanva vanchanat vidvesham prapnati. So because of cheating for money, people charge too much money, or they take the product, don't give the money, or you buy something and then finally you find out that what you were promised is not available in that product. But you give your money, now you cannot get it back. So there are different ways of cheating, and then you start hating each other. Kvachit kvachit shina dhanastu tasmin sayyasana sthana viharahinaha yachan parada prati labdha kama parakya drishtir labte avmanam. Sometimes he has no money at all, and therefore he cannot buy a cot to sleep, or chair to sit, or place to live, or to get other objects of senses. So then he suffers like this. And then he begs from others, yachan parad, but they don't give him. And then he fixes his mind on others' objects, parakya drishti, that let me try to get it. And then he feels insulted because nobody gives, or if you take it by trick, then they insult you. So this is how the life goes. Parasmat vad yachyamanadapi aprapta dhanu bhavet. So he begs money or asks for loan but does not get it. Then he thinks of stealing. Parokshe parkiya vastuni drishti abhilasha. And this feels dishonored. Anyanya vitta vyatishanga vridha vairānubandhe vivahan mithasya adhanyamusmin murukritya vitta badhopasargai vihiranyapanna. And sometimes there is so much enmity with each other. Vatisanga vridha vairānubandha. And even in such situation people marry each other, because most of the relations which people have in this material world are because of some enmity in the past. And therefore everybody is trying to get even with each other. There is a little bit of pleasure because you have to keep the relationship running so that you can take revenge. If there is complete enmity, you will drop and go. So you throw the piece of cake and dice, and then you take revenge, like hunters do. They throw some grains for the birds come, and then they get into the net. So human relations are also like that. people have their children, they are very affectionate towards them. Then the children, they are sick, they would spend a lot of money happily, and still they cannot be cured. So the child is taking the revenge from the past happily. So like that we spend our money, our time, our emotions, affection for human beings. In the end we get nothing. So this is called Rinanubandha. Means Anubandha is bondage and Rina means debt. Bondage caused by debt. So that's what all the relations are. If you don't have any debt with anybody, you have nothing to do with that fellow. When you have some debt to take or to give, then you get married. You have children. So you carry the burden on your head. So happy are those people who are free from this. So here he uses the word Veranubandha. It's more clear. Rina means debt, he uses the word Vera means enmity. That the relations are all because of some enmity. What does Jyotish say about it?
It's very possible. Not necessary. It's possible.
From Jyotish also you can figure out.
The only way to get out of it is by divine love. Otherwise, we're stuck in the Maya.
Yes. So this is the story. Therefore, relation is called Sambandha in Sanskrit. Bondage is called Bandha. Relation is called Sambandha. Sambandha means good bondage. When you are bound, you try to get out of it. This is a bondage, you don't try to get out of it. You release it. So just like they say that the dog is chewing the bone and his gums are bleeding. He likes it. Thinks that there is so much juice coming out from the bone. It's his own blood. So human relations are like that. You think some juice is coming out from the relation. But actually you are bound and getting more bound. So this is called Sambandha. See the story of relation. It's the bondage. So evam अन्योन्य चित्तस्य व्यतिसंगेन परस्पर आसक्त्या परस्पर जिघृक्षया विवृद्धो वैरानुबंधो यस्य तथाविधो अपि परस्परं विवाहादि संबंधं कुर्वन् अद्वनिवेरन्. So you look at each other, you become attached. Then you have the desire to get each other, and this increases very much. So then you have the Vriddha Varanubandha. And although you have the enmity, then you get married. So Vivaha is another word in Sanskrit. Marriage is called Vivaha. Vivaha means to carry. So when you get married, you have to carry the other person on your back. That's what it's called Vivaha. The vehicle is called Vahana because it carries you. It's called Vivaha because you carry somebody. And V is put before it, means you carry it happily. So father is going, kid is on the shoulder. Previously they didn't have this. What is it called? Ambulator? They didn't have this before.
Stroller.
Stroller.
For the baby?
Yeah. So they are just carried on their shoulder. So wife is walking behind. You've got one kid on the shoulder, another is holding the finger. And he's happy. So this is how you carry. You become the beast of burden. Beast of burden means an ass. He carries the burden for nothing. And he does not know what to do. They put, you have seen these donkeys in India? So they put so much weight, this thin guy, so much weight, and he's carrying. And what he gets is dry bhosa then to eat. So like stupid fellow, he's going faithfully. And then once in a while he sings his song. So this way he releases his tension. Why the donkey is howling every like 2 hours? Just to get rid of the stress. So then he feels happy. It's like they have the laughing yoga these days. That you laugh artificially, get rid of your tension. So donkeys also do that. We have here our neighbor. So once in a while you hear them, right? They just suddenly start. So like that, man also becomes an ass. Carries the burden. So of course these days women are also working. They also want to compete with the man in becoming an ass. And they say how we can remain behind, we have to be equal. Become assassin. Isn't it? So then you feel liberated with that. So now they are running. So this is called vivaha, carrying the load on the back, and sambandham, because of all types of bondage, of all types of relations, the vivaha sambandha is the most important. Right? People are so much hankering for this. So Adhvani Viharan, and then he is walking on the path, Bibhraman, wandering, Urubhi Krichai Vitta Badhai Upsali. So he has various types of obstacles walking. The path is not very smooth. It's uneven. Because now he has the load, he has the responsibility of making some money. Because previously he was alone, now he has to feed more people. Okay, especially if you have children, then you have to educate them. It's a big burden. And then upsargair, then comes the disease. Either you fall sick or somebody else falls sick in the family. So somebody or other is always sick, especially these days. It's very rare you find somebody who is not taking some tablets. Previously nobody used to take any medicine, I remember in the village. No one was taking any medicine. Now I don't find anybody who is not taking something. So there is upsarga, disease. There is sarga, means creation, and visarga, secondary creation, and that is called upasarga, means closed creation. It's called disease. Upa means closed, like upasana. In the puja it's called upasana. You have to be close. So something which is very close to you. This is a creation, this is a type of creation which is close to you. There are other creations, the table, chair, they are not very close. This is a creation which is right inside you. So this is called upasarga. Even your family members are not as close to you as your disease. Isn't it? It is so much in love with you that it does not leave you. Day and night, always with you forever. Till you live, it will stay with you. That is called upasarga. Means something you cannot give up. Visarga also means something which you can give up. Visarga also is used for yajna. Krishna says Visarga karma samhita. He says Visarga means karma, which means yajna. When Arjuna asked what is adhibhut, what is adhidev, what is adhiyajna, all that, then Krishna was saying Visarga karma samhita. 7th chapter, 2nd verse. So there Visarga means karma. Also means yajna, charity is called Visarga. Something you sacrifice. So this is upasarga, means which has sacrificed itself for your sake. Disease sacrifices her life for you. Becomes your partner. Whatever you eat, the disease also eats that. So then it says this is the badha, obstruction. Vipanno. So in Sanskrit another word for disease is called roga. So roga comes from the root ruk, means which breaks. So it breaks your body, it breaks your limbs. Like when you get fever, feels like your whole body is breaking. When you get a headache, you feel like your head is breaking. It is going to break into pieces. So that's why they call it roga, disease, it breaks. And there is one book of Ayurveda. So he starts, his first word in the book is ragadi roga. He says the disease comes from the raga, from attachment. In fact, attachment is the disease itself. Then it manifests physically. So disease starts in the mind. You become attached to somebody, then you want to so-called fall in love, then relation, then marriage. This is the disease. Then other diseases come later on. So this is outcome of all this attachment. So then he is wandering, and then he becomes vipanna. Vipanna means falling on the ground. Like you have the word sampanna. You heard the word sampanna? Sampatti. Sampatti means wealth, richness. Opposite of sampatti is vipatti. Vipada. As Queen Kunti says, Vipda shantu na shashva tatra tatra jagat guru. Bhavta darshanam yat sat apunar bhava darshanam. Says, let there be always vipat, vipatti, problems for me. So they all come from the word pada. Pada means feet, means to walk. So sampatti means that you can walk, you can run around, you are free. Like when you have money, then you cannot sit in one place. Isn't it? It's very difficult that somebody has money and he can sit and meditate. When you have no money, then you may think of meditating. So such a person is called who is in vipatti. Or vipanna means he is like dead. Cannot walk now. So this is the outcome. Becoming dejected, full of grief, sorrow, sadness, unhappiness. That is called vipanna. It's like one who is sampanna. Here is the opposite words. Vipanna, sampanna, vipatti, sampatti, vipat, sampat. So, prapanna comes from that. And prapanna also means falling down. But it is pra means towards somebody. So prapanna means you fall towards someone. Vipanna means you fall wherever you are. So prapanna means surrendered. That also means now don't walk around here and there. Be with that person. So sarvadharman partyajamamekam saranam vraja, that is prapatti. So prapatti, vipatti, sampatti. Prapanna, vipanna, sampanna. Nice words. So he says vipanna means mrit praya. It is almost dead. Just like the dead body does not move, does not walk, does not talk, does not laugh, does not eat, does not enjoy. The person he is not dead yet. He is breathing, but like a breathing corpse. His life air still functioning, but no light inside, darkness, unhappiness. So you become contracted. Like when person is happy, the heart is blooming. You are healthy. When you are sad, you also become sick. Your immunity goes down. So that is vipanna. So sometimes you are vipanna, sometimes your relatives are vipanna. Sometimes you are sick, sometimes your relatives are sick, sometimes you are sad, sometimes they are sad. So with them you also become sad because of relation. That is the meaning of relation. Relation means you share the karma of the other person. That's how you share karma. Because your emotions, they become bound to the other person. So if they are disturbed, you also become disturbed. If they are happy, you are happy. तांस्तान विपन्नान सही तत्र तत्र विहाय जातम परिगृह्य सार्थः जातम आवर्तते अत्यापि न कंचिदत्र वीराध्वनि पारंपयति योगम. So sometimes you give them up, your relatives, your friends, you become so sick of them, you give them up. Tanstan vipannan sahi tatra tatra divorce. But it's not a complete divorce. Then you get another ones, new ones. Jatam parigrihya sat. So the new ones you get. You give up one partner, then you look for another partner. So this is what is going on. Avartate adhyapi na kanchidat. And therefore he keeps on wandering and does not cross this forest. Na paramupati yoga. So he is not able to get out of this dense forest. That's the whole story was that he enters into the forest and he gets robbed. He loses his way and then he starts meeting jackals, tigers, all these things. He's hungry, he's thirsty, and he's there. Which means material life continues. So you fall from the sky, get stuck on the dead tree. So from fire into the frying pan, from one trouble to another trouble, from one misery to another misery, from one relation to another relation. Because you think this relation did not work out, let me try another one.
From the sky to the dead tree?
It's tall, they're still hanging in the air, and there's no way to come down. आकाश से गिरा खजूर में अटका. Saying in Hindi, guy fell from the sky, got stuck on the palm tree. So the problem is still not solved. And he's looking down, he doesn't know how to come out of it.
I thought that this tree has thorn.
Yes, it's thorns. So he says that Vipannan Mritan Vihaya Jatam Jatam Parigriya. So those who are dying, because also in family when people die, everybody is not living, so he continued. Because he was in a group, he was not alone walking. And while walking, he had relations. He married. He was fighting and married. Now somebody also dies, so he drops them, he walk. And Jatam Jatam Parigrihya Chalam. Then there are new ones who are born. So he carries them. Adhyapi navartate yatas chalitasta. So he never returns back to his destination. Tam Parameshwaram Prati. So meaning is that he never moves towards God. He never thinks that let me give up this material life and take to devotion. So remains in that. And even if he comes to devotion, he continues the same things there also. People come to spiritual life, they continue with the same material ideas. And तत्प्राप्ति साधन योगम उपायम भक्ति ज्ञानादिकम पार प्राप्तम न उपैति. So he does not try to get the means to cross over this, which means try to get knowledge, devotion, because these are the only things which can take you. Atra sarthesva madhya kasidati. So then he remains in the whole group, in these business people. Manasvino nirjita diggajendra mameti sarve bhuvi baddha vairaha mridhe shairam natu tad vrajanti yannasta dandogat vairo bhiyati. So these people, they remain on earth thinking this is mine and remain full of enmity. This feeling of enmity is very deep inside us, this envious nature. Very difficult to get rid of this. And even those people who have conquered various directions, like great kings, great rulers, who say this earth is mine, So they also remain full of enmity. They fight and they very valiantly engage in battle and they die. Mridhe Shairam, they sleep on the battlefield. Natu tad vrajanti yanyasta dandogat varohyati. But these people, they don't go to that place where those people who are free from enmity go, who have given up danda. Means nyasta danda means danda is called the stick or the rod, means not trying to chastise others, punish others, trouble others. Which means giving up the sense of hatred from inside. So only such people can approach the Supreme Lord. Anybody who keeps hatred inside, enmity, envy, that has no scope. So he says that the people who approach the Lord are Nyasta Danda, two important words he is using. You see, Vrajanti Yatra Nyasta Danda Gat Vaira. Vaira is enmity and Nyasta Danda means given up the Danda. So means to give fearlessness to others, not scaring others, not being violent on others. So just as in the Yoga Sutras, the first rule is ahimsa, non-violence. And this is the foundation of the yoga. Without non-violence, one cannot be perfect in yoga. It is not possible. So therefore he has also used the word yogam, paramupati yogam, that it is only by yoga you can go to that place. And he comments here that yoga means bhakti, because devotees advaita sarvabhutanam. Krishna in 12th chapter, when he is talking about who are dear to me, the first thing he is advaita sarvabhutanam. That my devotee, his first quality is advaita. He has no dvesha, no hatred, no envy, no enmity. He is ajata shatru. He does not consider anyone as his or her enemy. So he says, such a bhakto mama priya. Such a devotee is dear to me. So only such people can reach Krishna God. Nyastdanda gatavarodhiyate. Tadevaha. So now he explains this process, how to reach Manasvinah Sura Nirjita Ityadi Ati Durvartino Diggajendranaphi Nirjanti. So Manasvina means Sura, hero, valiant, great fighters. And Nirjita Diggajendra, it is believed that there are 8 directions and every direction has one elephant. It's called Diggaja, the elephant of that direction. And they are the ones which are holding the universe. So one who has conquered these elephants, it's called Nirjita Diggajendra, which means he goes very far away and conquers the lands. So even a person who has conquered the directions like this cannot reach God, because he is baddhavera, he is bound by enmity. And here you need gatavera, who is free from enmity. So even such great people, such great heroes who are known as the great, even they are not really great. न तु अति निकटवर्ती न एकादश इंद्रिय भटानपि. So people go very far away to conquer others, but they do not conquer the enemies which are right inside, the 11 senses. So real hero is one who can control his senses, not who can control others. You can make others fear by your power and control them. But that is meaningless from spiritual point of view if you cannot control your own senses. And you may think you are a big hero, big, very chivalrous, valiant fighter, but you are a slave. So that's why I say that even such a big hero cannot approach God. Why? Because he is not conquered. Vyavare tesham shaurya tu parmartha. Because their heroism, their chivalry is only in the material world, not on the spiritual path. It is only material, not spiritual. And because it is material, it will not stay for very long. Even the greatest hero will become old. And then same people who may have fought big wars, they may not even be able to walk properly, not to speak of fighting. So all their chivalry comes to an end right here. But if you have conquered your senses, then you remain hero even in the old age. So there are people who are expert in Shastra and there are people who are expert in Shastra. So if you are expert in Shastra, weapons, then in the old age it will not help. But if you are expert in Shastra, scriptures, this will help you everywhere, in every age. Tato mametyadi paramarthata suramaha nyasta iti. So then he says that who is the real hero? Says one who has given up. Where nyasta dandatvameva shauryaniti. Says the real heroism, this is a very paradoxical statement, is one who does not trouble anybody. Usually hero means who is powerful, who is controlling, everybody bow down. And here he says the real hero is Trinadapi Suniche, one who thinks I am lower than blade of grass, who is tolerant like a tree and humble like grass. Everybody stamping on it, doesn't complain. So this he says is a true hero. So that's the contrast between material life and spiritual life. What is considered as great in material life is an obstacle in the spiritual life. That's why materialistic people cannot understand spirituality. They think they come to materialistic people come to spiritual life, they have the same ideas, same standards, and they want to become great in spiritual path by material standards. So many people are following me, so many people honor me, and they think they are great. This is not greatness here. Greatness is that if you have conquered over your mind, your desires, your anger, your attachment, that is called greatness here, that is heroism. Otherwise it is useless. People waste time. Doesn't matter that you come to spiritual path and live in a holy place. But if you are not becoming free from these things, then this is material life. we'll stop here. If there's any question on this.
Sometimes we have to be violent to protect others.
Yeah, and that is without envy.
Babaji, when you have in India this arranged marriage system,
Hmm.
you still, it falls under the same category that sometimes the people don't see each other even before when they're married. So then it's still their karma what is putting them together because of this enmity you were saying?
Yeah, it's only because of
So
the
it's
karma.
already decided from before.
Marriages are decided in heaven and executed on earth, not in heaven.
And we could be here.
That's what I'm saying. They're only made in heaven and executed on hell. Alright, Haribol, Hare Krishna.
Um,